What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus package update, daily news, pretty much everything going on here in our country and in Washington, D.C. Money, investing, the stock market, everything you need to know about on a daily basis. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos. It's completely free to do so. I will keep you up to date with everything going on here in our country. Also, if you find these videos helpful, don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. We got a lot to cover here today, so let's jump right in. As the new virus variant Omicron is spreading across the world and potentially coming to the United States here soon, Americans are taking to Twitter to urge the president and to send another stimulus check here before the holiday and before the holiday travel ban that has already been introduced for 7 South African countries. Um, yeah, for this to prevent the spread for this new virus variant. Yeah, we also have the governor of New York that has declared a state of emergency to prevent this new virus variant, even though there's no new cases in the state of New York yet, or even in the United States that has been detected. Yeah. Yeah, you can see here the WHO, the World Health Organization, has deemed the new virus variant Omicron a variant of concern just 4 days ago. It has derived out of South Africa. And President Joe Biden's response was to implement travel restrictions coming out of South Africa, as well as 7 other countries, with a new travel ban starting tomorrow. November 29th, and he says for those 7 countries out of South Africa, and he said the decision was guided by science and his medical team. Yeah. Also, the New York Governor Hochul, declares a disaster emergency, clearing a way for major COVID mitigation steps coming in the coming weeks. Yeah, that executive order in the state of New York from the New York governor goes into effect on December 3rd. Even though it hasn't been detected in the state of New York yet, they're not playing around. They are not playing around yet, gearing up for this potential new virus variant to come to the United States. Yeah. And kind of begs the question about what about additional stimulus aid? Will we see that as well? If we see more travel restrictions, will we continue to see more of this? Will we see more emergency disaster declarations by more states or more closures here in the future as well? I'll keep you up to date here. You can see here Americans took to Twitter following the announcement of the new COVID variants and the state disaster declaration of the governor of New York, that has declared a emergency for the state of New York just before the holidays. Yeah, things are apparently getting serious. You can see here this article says with previous strains of the virus, the U.S. gave citizens stimulus checks to help handle the economic hardship caused by the pandemic. We'll have to see if it happens here again. Now Americans want the help a go before the new variant hits the U.S. Some states are giving their residents extra boost that they need before the holidays. The states of Illinois, Republicans, lawmakers have recently proposed giving qualifying residents making under $75,000 stimulus checks for the state of Illinois, $200 per person or $400 per couple. Couples filing jointly would get $400 stimulus checks, as well as the state of California is currently sending out their stimulus checks for the second wave of the Golden State stimulus package. Those are $600 per person or $1,100 if you have a child, for an additional $500. We also have the state of Maine sending out stimulus checks for $285. So we have 3 different states sending out stimulus checks right now as we speak. Yeah, all three of those states have the well, actually, Illinois is Illinois without the S. The S is silent. Illinois has not sent out their checks yet. They're debating it. They're in the approval process. That would be $400 for couple, $200 for singles. So we hope that that goes through. I will keep you up to date on that. But California and Maine are sending out their checks. California is still sending it out because they're sending out like 27 million checks. So they're sending out like a million checks per week still at this point. So I see some people that say they still have not got their checks. So be aware that they are still sending those out. 27 million checks. That's a lot of people. Think about how many people that is. That's a lot. 27 million people. That's a lot. Hopefully, we see more states do this as well. I will keep you up to date. We also have a lot of cities doing this as well. I've been, if you've been watching the show here on a daily basis, we have all sorts of different cities that are doing stimulus checks as well as universal basic income programs or guaranteed basic income programs as well. I'll keep you up to date here. Remember, new videos come out every day, 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss any episodes. Meanwhile, a new report has just come out. The states have spent a record amount in the pandemic year here. Remember, the states just got $350 billion from the third stimulus check package. And remember that the vast majority of this money, somewhere around 80% of this money, has not even been spent yet from states, cities, and counties. Cities and counties got their own money. Okay, all cities and all counties got their own money from the third stimulus check package, and they get to decide how to spend it independently of their governor. So if you have a governor, I always get these comments: our governor's a Republican or our governor's a Democrat, and he's gonna line his own pockets, him and his cronies. I always get those those comments, and I get it. Everybody thinks that their governor's a worthless POS, right? I always get those comments. Everybody thinks that their own specific governor is like the worst, or some people think their governor's the best, right? I get it, right? But the cities and counties all got their own money as well, and a lot of these states, cities, and counties vote on it. So it's not just like the governor that decides on it. So keep that in mind. But we have now 3 different states right now that are sending, or in the case of Illinois, deciding. So the Illinois is actually the Republicans that are deciding on it, and it's going to be voted on by the House and the state Senate. Okay, again, it's not just the governor that really decides this. Okay, each state has their own House and Senate as well. Okay, you think about the House and Senate from the federal government, but states have their own House and Senate as well. Okay, it's not just the one governor that gets to decide this as well. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But cities and states are doing this as well. So keep that in mind. We've had cities that are actually sending out stimulus checks to cities and universal basic income programs, all sorts of things as well as rental assistance, mortgage assistance for homeowners, $9.9 billion going out to homeowners here. That's basically starting about now or in the near future. A lot of cities or a lot of states are opening it up here soon. I have links for you guys down below in the description of this video, as well as utility assistance, anywhere from around $500 to $1,500. I've had literally a lot of viewers get utility assistance as well. I'll link you to some videos here at the end of this video, so you can finish watching the rest of this video, and how I have videos showing you how to get rent assistance, where you can get your rent paid from 3 to 12 months, mortgage assistance if you're a homeowner, and utility assistance whether you're a renter or a homeowner, $500 to $1,500. All sorts of different programs that I keep you guys up to date on here on this channel, as well as daily news, what's going on here with our country. But yeah, state governments spent more money in the last fiscal year than ever before, bolstered by federal funds meant to help avert economic catastrophe as businesses shuttered to slow the spread of the virus. Remember that a record amount of small businesses also went out of business here during the pandemic. And we had the PPP program, the Paycheck Protection Program, which did help keep a lot of small and medium-sized businesses in business A lot of more businesses would have went out of business without that, but we still had a record amount of small and medium-sized businesses go out of business. I mean, that's the pandemic. Um, Total state spending topped $2.6 trillion in the fiscal year of 2021, which ended in October here, up 16.2% from the previous year. I mean, yeah, it's just something that had to be done, right? We're in a pandemic. We gotta not let the economy collapse, right? Whether you're Democrat or Republican, it's just something you got to do, right? You got to make sure the economy doesn't collapse, help out your citizens, help out the economy, right? It's just kind of pretty much common sense here. Spending from state general funds, money generated by state taxes and fees climbed 5.7% over the previous year, but spending from federal funds grew by 35.7%. Wow. On top of a 20% increase in fiscal year 2020, the report found. Yeah, much of the money came in several rounds from congressionally authorized uh, virus relief packages, stimulus money. From the 2020 CARES Act, that's the first stimulus package underneath President Biden, and the 2021 American Rescue Plan, or I'm sorry, the 2020 CARES Act is the first stimulus package underneath President Trump. I said it right. I just said the wrong president. So the first stimulus package underneath former President Trump, and then the 2021 American Rescue Plan underneath current President Biden. So stimulus package 1 and then stimulus package 3. Both delivered billions of dollars to the states. States reported spending $321 billion in stimulus money, relief money last fiscal year that ended in October. Quote, federal funds have allowed states to provide additional needed aids to segment of the economy most impacted by the pandemic, said Brian Sigritz, NASBO Director of State Fiscal Studies. Compared to the Great Recession, which is, I believe, back in 2008, they're referring to 2008, 2009, the amount of federal funds to states is higher this time around, and also higher than what we saw in the early 2000s when the tech bubble burst, and also the real estate crisis. Yeah. So honestly, I mean, you got to remember this pandemic and this recession that we're honestly still dealing with. We're still dealing with the virus as well. Virus cases are actually on an uptick right now, even before this new virus variant, Omicron, is even hitting the U.S. shore. We're on an uptick right now. So I actually seen an interesting article, very, very interesting. Check this out. Why new virus cases are surging in states with high vaccination rates and what it means for the winter ahead. The current uptick in virus cases arrived exactly 1 year after last winter's massive virus wave. Exactly 1 year. Appears to be the start of a seasonal spike in places with cooler weather that were spared the worst of the initial US Delta surge. Yeah, I thought that was very interesting here. So, again, it's repeating itself almost exactly 1 year after last winter's massive virus wave. Appears to be the start of a seasonal spike in places with cooler weather that were spared the worst of the initial Delta wave. Yeah, right before the holidays when cooler weather's hitting and people are forced indoors, especially in the northern parts of the US. Yeah, found that interesting. This article from Yahoo says this question now is whether above average vaccination coverage and continued mitigation measures in such states as New Hampshire, Minnesota, Vermont, Illinois, New Mexico, Rhode Island, and Colorado, northern type states, the 7 states that have seen the largest increase in virus cases during the past 2 weeks, can keep rising infections from turning into the kind of tsunami of hospitalizations and deaths that plagued the entire country last holiday season before vaccines were widely available. Yeah, and that also kind of makes you question is that now with the Senate coming back and the House coming back here after Thanksgiving to work on the next stimulus package, now that the House has passed it, it's in the Senate, as well as they have to work on a government shutdown here. The government is going to shut down on December 3rd, which is literally what, 5 days away? The government is going to shut down. We also have the debt limit on December 15th as an estimated date. They have to pass a bill before then, or else the government will default, and that could delay millions of payments for Social Security, child tax credit payments, bond payments, an entire economic collapse for the United States government because it means that the Treasury would run out of money. The government can't print money unless they pass a bill to print money, basically. And they have to work on those two things and actually get the Republicans and Democrats to agree, which is not going well, and pass the stimulus package and the National Defense Authorization Act to fund our military. Yeah, that's a lot. All that has to happen here. Well, first we have to do the government shutdown here within T minus 5 days. But a lot of these things are all like happening here at the same time. Are the Republicans and Democrats going to agree on anything? Can the Democrats themselves even agree on the stimulus package? That's just the Democrats agreeing. Like, can Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema and Bernie Sanders even agree on the stimulus package now that it's in the Senate? How dramatically are they going to change it? Now we have this new virus variant coming here to the US. The New York governor is already declaring a state of emergency. President Biden is shutting down international travel in some cases. And literally, the stock market is crashing here on Friday. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is crashing. Oil prices are crashing down 13% just on Friday. Wow. I mean, like, things are just literally going crazy here. I mean, the world is panicking over this new virus variant. Oil price, everything is literally crashing. And Black Friday sales crashed as well, down 28% from what they expected. I mean, what isn't crashing? I mean, it's not unreasonable for them to expect that more stimulus is needed because, I mean, everything is in the red. Everything is in the red. It's supposed to be Black Friday, not Red Friday. I mean, they ain't looking good for retail sales or anything at this point. So, yeah, pass the stimulus package and provide relief to not just retail and the economic sector, but millions of Americans that are in need right now. Seniors, children, low and middle income America, people that are still dealing with this pandemic, the days in and days out of the average everyday life. People that are the lifeblood of this country. Yeah, you let me know your thoughts. It's going to be a very big week here now that the Senate is here working on this package. I'll keep you up to date here. Bernie Sanders is going to be there, and I'll keep you up to date. It's gonna be a very big big videos coming up here. So make sure to subscribe down here. Remember, new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribing is completely free to do so. Just click subscribe if you haven't yet. Also, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button if you haven't, to all notifications to get reminder notifications when we go live with new videos. You can click here to watch my newest video next. This top video is how to get rent assistance, and this bottom video is how to get homeowners assistance. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.